Do not work and do not buy. That's the message of a day without immigrants happening tomorrow. It's a nationwide effort to show the importance of immigrants in the U.S. economy and protest against anti-immigration policies. Dozens of businesses will be closed tomorrow in solidarity. New tonight, WCCO's Kirsten Mitchell visited one of them.
First of all, I know y'all not playing music. Y'all better turn that music off, man. We watching the news.
It's dinner time at Michelandia Bar and Grill in South St. Paul. It's more than a place to eat. It's a celebration of Mexican culture. But manager Alejandro Morales says these tables have been emptier than normal since President Donald Trump took office and began a sweeping immigration crackdown.
People are afraid to come in because they might think that the immigration can get in and they can take all the people in it. Not even our workers, but the customers as well.
The decline in business forced them to reduce hours.
Not only like undocumented people, that's when I go out.
The margaritas back there they ain't frozen enough back there. You might need to make them a little colder.
The people who's actually legally documented is scared to go out too.
In support of immigrants, on Monday, the restaurant will close for a day without immigrants, a nationwide initiative to show how important immigrants are as workers and consumers in the U.S. economy.
Restaurants and businesses, employees are part of the economic. Those people don't really show up in other restaurants, not only the Hispanic restaurant, but Americans restaurant. They will feel, that there's no people.
Morales says they're taking part because they want to support the local Latin community, just as they have supported them over the years.
We all depend on everybody.
In South St. Paul, Kirsten Mitchell, WCCO News.
According to estimates from the Nonpartisan Center for Migration Studies of New York and other groups, roughly 8.3 million undocumented immigrants work in the U.S., or just over 5% of the country's workforce.
5% of the workforce. That's something. Let me see what they got here. U.S. immigration raids spark fear among farm workers.
Hey folks, Donald Trump Jr. here with urgent news.
Nigga, we don't give a fuck what you talking
The
about.
world's central banks are making unprecedented moves, and it's time for all Americans to pay attention.
Fear stalks the orange groves of California's Central Valley. Residents' social media postings show recent raids and highway stops by immigration agents. Scores of undocumented people have been detained.
People are just feeling terrified. That's not something that was happening, 3, 4, 5 months ago. This is something that is happening at an intensified rate right now. Cerca del 99.
Immigrants' rights advocates have formed a crisis response team with members getting hundreds of calls from anxious migrant farm workers every day. They hand out cards printed in English and Spanish detailing people's constitutional rights not to open their doors to agents without a warrant and not to speak without an attorney. Many undocumented farm workers are not showing up for work.
Yes, people literally prefer to stay at home. They have stopped their daily activities, cut back on working hours. They are not sending their children to school.
Mass deportation will wreak havoc on a big swath of the U.S. economy.
Undocumented workers are the backbone of U.S. agriculture. The government estimates more than 40% of the people who work the farms and fields are undocumented. And the numbers are roughly the same in jobs like meatpacking and dairy.
Economists say,
oh man, I'm about to say, man, don't play that music on here. Oh man, would they getting oranges or on these limes?
Mass deportations mean labor shortages.
It would devastate the agricultural economy in the United States.
Economists predict a steep rise in the cost of everything from vegetables to meat and milk.
Grocery stores pass nearly all the costs onto their consumers. And so shoppers would see another bout of food inflation. And you're talking about food inflation of 5 or 6% annually. And so you're looking at considerable economic impacts that would be considered a recession.
Americans who voted for Donald Trump, hoping he'd bring down the price of groceries, could soon be in for a big shock. Rob Reynolds, Al Jazeera, Taft, California.
Man, I. Oh my goodness. We knew he couldn't bring no damn groceries down. They ain't showing up to work. Here we go. It's going down in California now, yay. This ain't worse than the Watch riots. They
This is very important to me, and the protest is very important to me because it shows me that my community is out here and supporting our blood. Yes, we may be American, we are American citizens, but we also have blood, which is Mexican. That will never change. So I feel very supported with my community, and I am very happy with the outcome and how many people support us.
all right, man, y'all getting lit, but let's turn the music down. They out here getting it done. I ain't gonna lie.
I think a lot of people are here outside to protest the racism, also the hypocrisy that's going on in our state and our country. We want nothing but to live and be here, and our presence here is just not welcome, even though we live here. Mass deportation, I think that's the biggest issue right now. I think that people deserve to be here. We're the ones that make this country move. We're amazing people. We're not here to steal nobody's jobs because nobody else is going to do the jobs that we do, that my people do.
It's going down. I think this is the one in California.
This is the one. She fixes, she manages, she perfects. Because maintaining this space.
Yeah, she better.
Thousands flood the streets of downtown LA protesting President Trump's mass deportations. Law enforcement moving in tonight after the 101 freeway was shut down several times. I'm Jory Rand.
I'm Michelle Fisher. The freeway is back open, but some of those demonstrators are still lingering right now. Eyewitness News reporter Tim Caputo live near Union Station. Tim, what do things look like out there now?
Well, it's quiet, Michelle and Jory. It went from thousands of protesters to hundreds to just a few dozen. Just about a half an hour ago, they were walking around the corner. Their LEP has actually been following them around for the last couple hours, trying to get them off the streets. At this point, there may be few, if any, protesters remaining in the streets. Meanwhile, you see behind me, this is Highway Patrol. They're actually blocking one of the entrances to the 101. This is one of the entry points that the protesters were able to walk onto the freeway. Obviously, the road is open at this point, but law enforcement tonight not taking any chances after all that went down today. The second-time protesters rushed onto the 101. They were running between cars, which thankfully by then had slowed to a crawl. Thousands of anti-ICE demonstrators who are against President Trump's new immigration policies protested throughout downtown Los Angeles for hours today.
It's been so great seeing everyone unite together. We really need this, especially at a time like this during Trump's presidency. So, it's really nice seeing the whole community come together, not just.
I mean, I get it. I got a question though. I've never been to a protest. I don't think I'm ever going to go to a protest. What do these people do all day that they got free time to go and protest? I mean, I knew it was Sunday, but how long do you have to be out there protesting? Like, can you just show up and then leave whenever you want to? I've never been to a protest. I don't think I'll ever go to one unless it was like something tragic had happened, obviously. But like just out here protesting, like this is what we're doing on Sunday. Hey, Mo, what you doing tomorrow? Nothing. What's up, man? They're supposed to have a protest. I'm not going to that, man. I don't want to be around a large crowd of people that tensions are rising or the police getting freaky with that trigger finger. I'm not trying to be around none of that. Someone get pepper sprayed, a car, or not a car, or yeah, a car, shit, definitely could run somebody over. Like people start stampede. I'm not trying to be in none of that, man. I'm just gonna sit at home and support from like the couch. When they were protesting in San Jose during the pandemic, and that wild ass Asian police cop, I think he shot somebody before. They were down there, they were catching shit on fire. I was at the house watching. The next day I rode my bike down there, but I was at the house watching. They had a whole trash can. They caught it on fire and pushed it at the police cars. There was a building that they were building, like a new condos downtown, right across from City Hall. They knocked the walls down in there. The construction workers was up there trying to keep people from running up there. But I was at the house watching, smoking and drinking. Like, damn, shit crazy. But I didn't care that much about no damn vaccine or having like COVID. I was just gonna sit in the house, man. Like, fuck it. It'll blow over. Yeah, like I just don't see me sitting out. Like, I encourage you to go do it. I just don't see me going out there. Nah, man, I'm good, man. You know, like I said, I already had too much brain trauma in my life. I can't risk another head injury. I think if I get one more, it's over with.
Mexicans, the whole Hispanic community at large.
Hundreds marched onto the freeway in the early afternoon, forcing CHP to shut down a stretch of the 101 in both directions. The disruption, a message to the White House and even local leaders that these increased deportations since Trump was sworn into office are tearing families apart.
Our family, like, we all want to stay together. We don't want to see our family have to leave. Like, we should keep the families together. They're human beings. They shouldn't be treating them as just like trash.
Between the burnouts, the music blasting, and even fireworks, the protest was loud and impossible to miss. And that was the point.
I think we expected a lot of people to show up, but we didn't expect this amount of people to show up, and we're very glad because we're able to get our message through.
At one point, LAPD in tactical gear pushed a few people back as someone tossed a traffic cone at police. But otherwise, the day-long protest never turned violent, and at last check, no arrests were made. There was some vandalism. Come Monday, you'll see plenty of four-letter words aimed at Trump spray painted on walls and signs here. This massive protest follows several similar anti-ICE demonstrations around the country today, including this smaller but just as emotional rally held in Riverside today.
I'm here to support my people. You know, I have so much love for them, and I feel like we go through so much, and we're good people. We deserve the best just like everybody else.
It took LAPD several hours to finally get all the protesters off the roads downtown. But if getting attention was the goal today, these protesters did it with flying colors. You know, we've been able to track these protesters essentially by the law enforcement helicopter and its spotlight from above. That's been up for hours this evening. It is no longer up at the moment. Obviously, plenty of police presence out here tonight, making sure no protesters find their way back on the 101, especially at night, essentially making it safe for those protesters because it would be dangerous being on any roads this late at night.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. I mean, they out there protesting. Yeah, I mean, you know, we'll see how it is. But what I think these Latinos should do, they should go find all of those Mexican for Trumps, Latinos for Trumps, and they need to exile them out of their community. Get up out of here because they're the ones that help do all of this. It be your own people. Now I know, you know, people always say, why can't we come together? Because
some of them going to sleep for God.
You got to get rid of. I'm not saying kill nobody, but I'm saying like they need to go protest and boycott all of those Latinos for Trump. Find out where they work at. Find out what they selling and don't buy their shit no more. It was your people that did this. Now, obviously, we know the bigger picture of who done it, but your people helped it, and there was a majority of them. I won't say a majority, but there was a nice sized portion of people that helped vote for this. So, as mentioned, you know, I don't have many problems with my brown people. You know, my cousin, she's Mexican. Well, not my cousin, my niece, she's Mexican. My great nephew, he Mexican. My other niece is Mexican. My sister-in-law is Colombian. I don't have any problem with the brown people, but I'm saying for the ones that are going out there protesting, Y'all need to go find those that were the Latinos for Trump, the Mexicans for Trump, and call their ass on out. I'm pretty sure they have Facebook groups and things of that nature. I mean, I don't get involved with none of that, but you gotta go get at your people for this one. I will say this though, and I was just talking to my mom about it. With all of this going on, can we all agree that Black people, we're being overlooked finally? All of the police attention is not on Black people. Have you noticed that for the last 3 weeks? You ain't really heard too much about Black folk. Now, I mean, older cases, but for the most part, it's ICE. Police, their mind is fixated on them. It's kind of like, oh, okay, the water is calm, guys. We can kind of go outside and do a little bit of backstroking. We can go get in the pool without nobody saying nothing. It's kind of shh. I ran a red light yesterday. They seen it. They were like, it's okay, it's a Black guy. He's legal. I just kept it moving. I ain't even care. For one time in history, we ain't the prime suspect. It's like, get out of here, nigger. Hey, are you legal? You know what I mean? Hey, keep it moving, Black guy. Get your Black ass up. Hey, come here. Where's your paper? It's like, hey, keep it moving, nigger. Shit, say less. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't really hearing too much about Black people getting arrested. I mean, obviously they still are, but the big picture is like, it's not us in the news finally. Finally, they not like us. We hearing about January 6th protesters getting out of jail, going back to jail. You ain't hearing nothing about Negro. we kind of skating through. We kind of 2025. We outside. We got the grill out. We smoking weed. We got music playing. And white folk ain't worried about us. Hey, nigger. Hey, are you illegal? They ain't even worried about us. You ain't heard about no one. Like, we finally got 3 weeks of peace. This week 3 of peace in 2020. We like, shish. Finally, we can goddamn go outside and have to worry about it. Walk down to your mailbox. You ain't got to worry about a white bitch calling the goddamn police. Hey, you checking that mail? Yeah. Oh, hey, nigga, you getting your mail? Yeah, it's like, we'll let the nigga slide, but goddamn, just don't call the police on us right now. Shut the fuck up. It's like, for one time, we got a little bit of peace. Can we get the summer too? You give us these winter months. Let us get the fucking summer, nigga. We in the house right now. Let us get the summer months. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm on camera, run the red light, but when they send it in the mail, they say, "Hey, don't do it again, Black boy." they looking on those cameras for the other brown skin. Like, I'm brown, but I ain't. You know what I'm saying? My license say Black. You know what I'm saying? Non-Hispanic, African, Black, African American, non-Hispanic. They not looking for us right now. They're not looking for us right now. But to my brown people out there, be careful. If you have your papers on you, because they coming for you. I was always taught growing up, my mom always told me, my brothers, and my sister, we Black, always have an ID on you. Even though you have the right to not show the police ID, always have an ID on you. Be as less threatening as possible. And hey, all right, here's ID, man. We'll do what the fuck you gotta do. If they gotta take you to the jail, you go to the jail, shut the fuck up, don't say nothing, just cooperate, don't get your ass whooped. Go in there, we'll come and get you out. That was always what my parents told us. So at least right now, hey, let's not say too much. Let's not say too much. Let's just keep it like, let's just float up on the radar. Like Ray Charles out here, we ain't seeing a thing. We ain't reporting nobody. We just living our lives. We paying the rent. We just living our lives. We complaining, but we just living our lives. We don't want no problem with nobody. We just want to go on about our business and do what we gotta do. But let us have our time. Like, hey, yo, let us just chill. Now, we ain't thanking Trump or anything for it. We just saying, finally, we ain't the goddamn prime suspect of every fucking thing. It ain't us. It ain't us. Whew. You ain't hearing nothing in the news. I mean, you hear about niggas doing nigga shit, but niggas is gonna be niggas. But I'm just saying overall, like black people in general, it's not us. It's not us. It's just like, all right, cool. Kendrick won some Grammys. Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone go hand him a Grammy right now. Hey, looking good for black folk. I don't give a fuck what that Canadian motherfucker talk about. Hey, black folk, we were looking good last night. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. But I'm just saying, for one time, in my short memory, that we ain't the prime suspects for everything. It ain't like the man of color. Like, god damn. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we know all the terrorist shit. Most of the 9 times out of 10 ain't us anyway. But anything that's happened this year, it ain't pertaining to us. It's unfortunate what happened. You know what happened last week with the plane and everything, but that wasn't us. We ain't had nothing to do with that. It's just you can't point the fingers at us. We doing what we always did, minding our own fucking business. It's just people fuck with us. Just let us do what we gotta do, and we stay up out the way. We trying to have our people have a good time. That's all we do. We work our ass off and we enjoy our free time. That's all we want to do. Don't bother us. If we show the fuck ain't bothering you. You do got some sour apples every now, but everyone does. But we just trying to live our lives. We don't want no problems. We don't care about nothing else y'all got going on. We support our brown brothers and sisters. It's just, hey, it's just, we told you what was going to happen. We told you what was going to happen. It is what it is, man. But finally, we getting overlooked. And overlooked is a good thing. $217. Massive protest downtown. We got that already. Hundreds rally 2 days ago. Oh, so they've been going at it for, oh, here we go. It was 5 hours ago.
Amazon hates this, but there's nothing they can do to stop it. There's a new electric lighter out there, and it's got the...
Why does Amazon give a fuck?
Top story here at 6 o'clock, focused on the new immigration policies under President Trump. Since taking office 2 weeks ago, the president has signed executive orders covering deportations and border enforcement. He also moved to end birthright citizenship, although that move was blocked by a federal judge in the state of Washington. House Republicans have also introduced at least 6 bills aimed at immigration reform. In response, immigrants across the country are organizing a day of protest today called A Day Without Immigrants, a movement they say means no spending, no work, and no school.
And some people here locally have joined that movement. Daisy Camilleri joins us in the studio with more on this.
What is no school going to do? Like the school, okay, we just got a lot of Hispanic people missing, or a lot of immigrants. I guess it's immigrants for everybody. I don't think it's just pertaining to like Central Americans or South Americans. I guess it's like any immigrants.
Stacey.
Hey, yeah, Drew, China, those participating say that it's a movement aimed at showing the vital role immigrants play in the U.S. economy. It's also a protest against anti-immigration policies. As of May of last year, Oregon is home to over 420,000 immigrants. That's according to the Immigration Research Initiative. That's about 10% of the state's population. Bakun, an Oregon Farm Workers Union located in Woodburn, took to social media to highlight the movement, adding that, quote, they support all who participate. Immigrant rights are human rights, and no fight for justice has ever been won quietly. So how will this affect you, the viewers at home? Well, many Latino and immigrant businesses in the Portland Metro and beyond will be closing shop today to participate. Businesses like Birreria La Plaza, a popular taco shop out in Gresham and now inside the Ritz-Carlton. The owner, Horacio Hernandez, posted on Instagram last night, sharing that his 2 locations will be participating in the nationwide movement, sharing, quote, We would not exist without the power of our people that work hard.
But if you shut down your business, you're not making any money. I thought they were like, they're not going to shop at other stores. I don't know if I could shut down my shop. I guess anybody that works in that area, like in those locations, all right, well, without the immigrants, you wouldn't have this truck or this location. I can see that, but I don't know if I'm trying to miss out on money. I can see if we don't go to Walmart, we don't go to the gas station. I don't know if I would shut my place down. I mean, I understand what they're doing. Maybe it's because it isn't affecting me directly. I can't relate to it. I mean, I understand exactly why they're doing it, but I guess until it directly affects me, I wouldn't be able to see, let me shut this down so I can, show them why it's important. So, I mean, I understand why they're doing it. I just couldn't see me doing it unless it was like directly hitting me.
And simply want to improve their lives and those around them. We mentioned a few, but President Donald Trump signed a total of 10 executive orders in his first week in office on immigration and made new rules intended to more easily expel people from the country. That included ending a policy that avoided arresting immigrants at schools, hospitals, and churches. And as of this morning, KGW has not been made aware of any demonstrations planned for the Portland Metro for today. But of course, we'll keep an eye out for you and share any information if and when that does become available.
All right, well, there we go. Trump and Mexico, they settled their issues. Yeah, there you go. We got 2 hours. All right, we good. Yeah, we good. We got some free time.